All right, so understand the slope-intercept equation for a line. I need a volunteer to read the little box and also the first instructions. Diana.
How can you show that an equation in the form y equals mx plus b defines a line? You have discovered in previous lessons that linear equations follow the format y equals mx plus b. These equations are written in slope-intercept form because you can identify the slope m and the y-intercept b from the equation. If the y-intercept b is 0, then the equation simplifies y equals mx. Now you will see why linear equations can be written this way by examining slopes and similar triangles.
Okay, what information do we need to highlight from that paragraph? What information do we need? Jacob. Okay, so we need to know that the equation is in slope-intercept form, but what else do we need, Poveda?
The format is y equals mx plus b.
Okay, that is correct. And why do we use that format? How is it useful? Why do we need it? Juliana?
The slope is m and the y-intercept is b.
That is correct. So in that equation, you already are getting the intercept and the slope, which makes it a lot easier to graph. If not, you will actually have to do a table every single time. And making the table is not as fun. And then you can actually use triangles to analyze or examine the slope. Let's move to the next two parts. Citlali, read them for us.
Okay. Think. How does slope relate to triangles? To understand slope, it helps to understand similar triangles. Similar triangles are scale drawing of one another. They have the same shape but can have a different size. The corresponding sides of similar triangles are proportional and the corresponding angles have equal measures. Triangle ABC and DEF are similar triangles.
Okay, what information do I need to highlight from that part? Kenya.
Similar triangles are scale drawings of one another.
Okay, let's highlight that part. What does that mean? Scale drawings. Is it the first time you see that expression? Martina.
They have the same shape and can have a different size.
Exactly. Same shape, but different size. Last year we did a bunch of practice where you had your original image and you were trying to get your prime image to try to make it larger or to try to make it smaller. Okay. Now, something very important is that these triangles are proportional. What does it mean that a triangle is proportional to another? Proportional triangles have a scale factor that makes the image large or small. But now, we know that that's going to happen to the sides. What about to the angles? Do the angles ever change? No. Angles won't change. Angles will always be the same. Now, at the bottom of this part, we are going to see how, if we name this side X, the new one will be X prime. And when we're talking about length, so if this is my length, this will be my length prime. And the formula we used last year was L prime is equal to your scale factor, which is R, times, or your ratio, times your original. And think about it. We have 4 times what rate gives me 8? 2. 3 times what gives me 6?
2.
5 times what gives me 10?
2.
Is it the same rate?
Yes.
Is it proportional?
Yes.
Okay. That's the only thing we need for this part. Right, page 112. I need somebody to read the instructions on the top and also number 2. Kenya.
Let's explore the idea. Follow the directions to write the equation of a line through the origin. Fill in the blanks as you go. You learned on the previous page that the slope between any 2 points on a non-vertical line is the same. Let m equal slope and xy equal any point on the line. Fill in the blanks to show how to find the slope of the line using 0, 0, and xy.
Okay, so what do I need to highlight from number 2? Citlali. Okay, we need to highlight that m equals slope. What else? We need to highlight that the slope between any 2 points on a non-vertical line is the same. Remember, a vertical line doesn't have a slope. Okay. Canas, what else do I need?
You have to highlight that x, y equals any point on the line.
Okay. And Melina, do you have anything else to add?
Find the slope using the line 0, 0, and xy.
That's what we need. We need those 2 points to find the slope. Now, who's a little confused with what does it mean by x, comma, y is any point on the line? Can somebody explain what that means then? So when here they tell you that x, y is any point on the line, think about it as getting desserts. Okay? Can you get cake?
No.
Isn't cake a dessert? Okay. Can you get pie? Can you get cheesecake? Well, if you're lactose intolerant, that's different, right? But overall, I'm giving you a list of different desserts, and you can get any of them. I'm not telling you one in a specific, right? So same thing here. They're telling you that any single point on the line. I'm not giving you one specific, but this formula always works. So now, we are going to label our point in the bottom, and we are going to call the first one 0.00. This is going to be x1 and y1. And then the next point is going to be x2, y2. Can somebody tell me if this is the slope formula and you have m equals y minus what is going to go in that blank? Sebastián. Okay. And what goes in the denominator? What goes in that blank? Jared.
Y2.
Now, the denominator are the x values. So we're supposed to have x2. What's x2, Rania? That's correct, x. For the third step, it says simplify the equation. So we don't have to write the zeros. That's simple. So let's just write y over x. For the next part, we are going to write our original variables. And number 4, can somebody read number 4 for us, please? Juan.
What is the next step in rewriting the equation if you want to isolate y on one side?
Okay, so we are trying to isolate y. What does that mean? What does it mean to isolate y? Canas.
You want to leave y by itself.
I need to leave y by itself. If I am dividing by x, what do I need to do to leave y by itself? Juliana.
Multiply by x.
Okay, you need to multiply by x. So we are going to multiply both sides by x. And that's what we're writing now. Multiplying both sides by x. For the fifth step, it tells you to simplify. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is that we are going to cross these two out. So we are only going to be writing mx equals y. The sixth step, just because the fifth one looks a little bit funky, we're going to just rewrite it, but now we're going to put the y on the left side. So you just write it as y equals mx. How do you guys feel with this? Good. Okay. In physics, a basic formula like the one we have is the one that they use to manipulate everything to derive different formulas. Of course, it's not that easy, but that's how you move from position to speed to acceleration and vice versa. Now, I need a volunteer to read number 7. Maria.
How do you know that the graph on the previous page represents a proportional?
Right, can somebody answer 7 for us? I attached the graph on the right side. Kara, go for it.
You know it represents a proportional relationship if it goes through the origin and it's a straight line.
And in this case, is it a straight line that goes to the origin?
Yes.
Okay. So you write that down. It is a straight line that goes through the origin. Gerardo, read number 9 for us, please.
What is the slope of the line in this diagram? Length. What is the y-intercept? Length.
Okay. How can we find the slope of the diagram? Acosta, how can you find the slope? Exactly. You cannot say I'm going to count squares because we're not in that stage. You can find the slope by using the slope formula. What is the slope formula, April?
The slope formula is
Go.
okay. The slope formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus y1.
X1.
x1.
All right. Now, I need to choose 2 points. Any 2 points. Can somebody give me 1 point that we can use? Acosta.
94.
You mean 4 and 9, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the next point, Poveda.
2 and 5.
Okay, so my next point is going to be 2 and 5. Remember, your x1 is going to be always your point that is closer to the left side. In this case, is going to be 2, 5. So that's going to be x1, y1. And then we have x2, y2. We put into the formula and we get 9 minus 5 divided by 4 minus 2. And we get what's 9 minus 5?
4.
4 divided by 2?
2.
All right, now the slope is 2. Can somebody tell me what the y-intercept is.
The y-intercept is 1.
Compare the slope and y-intercept of this graph with the one in the
Introduction. How are they similar? How are they different?
Okay, so the image from the introduction is the right one. Can somebody tell me how are they similar? How are they different? Kimberly.
They are similar because they have the same slope.
That is correct. So they're similar because they have the same slope. And how are they different? Jonathan.
They have different y intercepts.
That is correct. They have different y-intercept. Now, can I get a volunteer to read 11 for us, please? Aguirre.
Write the coordinates for each labeled point in the diagram.
Okay, so for this one, you're going to write the coordinates for A, B, C, D, and E. All right, can I get a volunteer to read 12 for us? Diana.
Compare these coordinates to the ones in the diagram in the introduction. What do you notice? How does this affect the position of line and triangles on the grid?
So keeping in mind the previous image, how do the coordinates change?
The y coordinates change by 1.
Okay, so the only thing that happens is that the y coordinates will shift upwards. Your intercept is 1 up, and every other y coordinate is 1 unit up. Thirteen. Poveda.
How do you know that the graph on this page represents a linear function that is not a proportional relationship?
Hidalgo.
You know it's a linear function because it's going in a straight line and if you use the slope-intercept form, or slope is not proportional because it doesn't go through the origin.
Okay, that is correct. So again, it is a straight line. It has a constant unit rate, but it doesn't go through the origin. That's why it's not proportional. Okay, now you are going to be doing problems 14 and 15 independently.